I'm going to talk about how to deploy the Meteor application to the Bluemix. So we have two approach to deploy. So we can use the cf command, and we can use the Bluemix DevOps to do that. So before we deploy, we have to prepare some work. Preparing the work to deploy it not difficult. So there are two things that we have to do. We create the file, two files. One is cf-ignore, and another one is manifest.yml. Let me talk about the buildpack. The buildpack in Bluemix is the collection of the script that examine your application code, download and associate the service to the application. Bluemix provide us a lot of runtime and service, and also buildpack. However, in the case that you like to develop the application that not supported by Bluemix from the service catalog, you can bring your own buildpack. So in this case, we're going to deploy the Meteor application with we have to use the custom buildpack. I create the custom buildpack for the Meteor application. So here is, oh, sorry. So this is the link to the custom buildpack for deploy Meteor application to the Bluemix. I'm going to use this one to demonstrate how to deploy. Yep, as I mentioned previously, we have to do two things. One is create the cf-ignore, and another one create a manifest file. I'm going to switch to the terminal. I'm going to create a simple application like I'm going to verify whether it runs properly in my local, and then I'm going to deploy it to Bluemix. So let me verify in my local. Yep, the application running properly in my local. So I'm going to do the preparation before I deploy to the Bluemix. So I'm going to create .cf-ignore file, which ignore Meteor / local. So this is the folder that we like to ignore, because when the application deployed to the Bluemix, this folder going to be created again, so we don't need to upload and waste time for that. And another one that I have to create is manifest .yml. I'm going to copy it from the previous project that I did. So in the manifest file, the thing that we have to change or define is the memory allocation. So in the case that our application doesn't consume much, so I define as 128 megabyte. Domain, we specify the domain as mybluemix.net, and then specify the buildpack and specify the host and name. It should be the same for the host and name. I specify the disk allowance as 128 megabyte, and then we have to specify the service. The service is the Mongo service ID, MongoDB service ID. So this service already created in Bluemix. If you don't have a service, you have to create it first and then specify the service here. Save. So, okay, now the application are ready to be deployed to the Bluemix. So I go back to the terminal. I'm going to terminate this, and I use the cf push command to deploy the application to the Bluemix. So it detects the manifest that I create, and then it uploading the file. Okay, so the application is uploaded to the Bluemix. So let me verify that it's running properly. Yep, it's running properly. Yep, another approach to deploy the Meteor application to the Bluemix is using the Bluemix DevOps. So to use the Bluemix DevOps, we have to log on to the Jazz Hub and then create the repository and then configure the build and deploy to deploy our application. And then we check out the application by using git clone. And after that, we populate our code to the git folder or git project, and then we commit the code to the git repository, and then it will automatically trigger by the Bluemix DevOps. And then we can monitor the result of the deployment. I'm going to talk about how to deploy by using the DevOps. I'm going to create a new project. PS test 2. So the DevOps project, it contains the code repository, and it also have the functionality to deploy the application as well. So I select the Git, and then I can get the Git URL. I copy this one and I'm going to use it later. And I can also associate this project to the Bluemix project as well. Then I create it. So it's creating the project. The next step is I'm going to configure the build and deploy. I'm going to add two stages. One is for build and another one for deploy. Yep, I finished create the build stage. And then the next one is deploy stage. Yep, so the Bluemix DevOps now is ready to receive the code when we commit the code to it. So the thing that I'm going to do next is I'm going to clone the Git URL that I copied previously. You can use the git command to do the git clone, but I'm familiar with the UI from the Eclipse plugin, especially when you have too much or selective commit. So the next step is I'm going to populate the Meteor code to this Git repository. I'm going to change the host name, and I'm going to change the host and name. I'm leaving the buildpack as it is, and memory allowance as it is as well, and service that bind to the application. So the next step is commit and push. So I select everything except the .finish, .gitignore, and .id. So I select commit and push. So now the code from my local transfer to the Bluemix DevOps, and the Bluemix DevOps going to deploy to the Bluemix runtime. I'm going to switch to the DevOps so we can see the progression of the deployment. So it kick off the build phase, the build stage, and then it kick off, it triggered the deploy state automatically. It's currently running the deploy state. We can also monitor the deployment activity. It's loading the log message. So the deployment is done, and I'm going to verify the application. So the application is running properly. So far, we explained how to deploy by using the CF command and deployment by using the DevOps tool.